All right, part 9. Part 9. We're already on part 9, guys. Thanks for rocking with me to get this far. Still got the funky eyewear on. As I said in the last episode, I lost my pair of sunglasses rather, and which I've done 11 or 12 times as part of this army. Just keep on losing whatever the pair of sunglasses that are given to me by this army. So right now I'm just between pairs, and it's a standard that I don't show my eyes on videos. So here we go. So part 9. So I'm going to talk about the wanting and needing to be liked part of this, and how that has to do with attention in general. Because I've gone in the shames. There's probably some good shames content in here, but we're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about wanting and needing to be liked, which is a big part of this topic. So wanting and needing to be liked is basically the way that I got a lot of people to hate me. Because I just couldn't stand, I couldn't just be myself all the way and be who I am 100%. Because generally that's what, people want to see. That said, I don't think people hate me as much as they may think they hate me, because hate and love are really, really close. So I think the capacity for hatred of me is pretty high, because I'm generally can be lovable. I can be, have been, am sometimes lovable. That makes my hate ability stronger. But instead of just taking the love or taking the righteous hatred, which is also fine, I want everyone to like me. And so I lie to them basically, because I think that I am myself, who I am really is a piece of shit. So I create this thing, basically this facade that is someone that's not me. And when people find that out, then that's very disappointing to them. And that's how I keep on getting canceled. And and just keep on doing the same things regardless, which is kind of the definition of insanity. I can be liked in the short term. So that can happen, sure. I'm pretty good at making people like me in the short term. But if two people who like me talk to each other, there's a good chance that they will change their tune, because they may have gotten two different stories, they may have gotten two different things, they get some context to who I'm talking to, and blah, blah, blah. So what I like is to have lots of quantity of relationships, but have all of the quantity of relationships not know about each other. Because once they start knowing about each other, then they can start talking about me. Once they talk about me, they recognize that he's not the person that he is. He's a different person than he's representing. So I try to keep them all separate from each other. And that's kind of sad, bro. I mean, that's kind of stupid. I'm angry at myself for doing that. Instead of just having quality relationships, quality, full circle, full integrity, full transparency relationships. And it's because of that junky need to be liked and being willing to sacrifice truth and integrity to get there. I have created this thing. Sure, and I'm likable, but if you Google me, you might not like me very much. That's kind of the vibe. I'm likable till you Google me, and then you know who I am. Yeah, we're friends, unless you talk to anyone else that I know. Then I don't know how long we'll be friends anymore. And it's created this kind of vicious loop. And I talk about this a lot in the Lying to Jews series. I talk about my cycles with people, and and how I kind of rely on that, that initial, I'm sorry, this is just so ridiculous. I'm just dealing with it, but scratches my eyelashes. That hurts more. Okay. Let's see. It's like I'm a squid head. people like me until I try and bleed them dry. So, just going back to a person over and 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 again. Take. I have a problem with giving. I have no problem with taking. I am quite proficient at taking, being on the receiving end rather than being on the giving end, which is not a very good male trait. I mean, taking, sure, if you can take givingly and figure it out, but always being the person to get things rather than to produce things, consumption without production, or just taking, is not a very healthy trait for me. But it's something that I've done repeatedly. People have a limit when it comes to what I ask them for, and I often reach that limit with people. And because instead of being I'm going to prioritize this relationship and make this relationship super high quality and figure some stuff out with someone and make a plan and follow it through and be in my integrity, I just go through people and then wait, and I test them to make them abandon me or leave me. Then I'm you left me. Why? And I treat the feeling of them liking me or validating me or enabling me with funds or whatever the thing, belief, funding, as a way to get high and just stay high, because I don't do drugs. So instead I'm using people as my drug, which is super toxic. It's bad. Instead of actually making real quality, real relationships with people, I'm still in a using and taking mode. By the way, last 6 years I have been in the Day Life Army, and I every day work on submitting laundry to buy back my soul. It's quite the process. It's not easy, but it's something that if you do, you'll get clarity in your life. I mean, I'm 32. There's many things places I wish I was at right now in my life, but I can tell you the trajectory for when I was 20, if you look at my adult life, the trajectory when I was at 25 was I was already pretty low. I was on bad, hard drugs, and I was heading to the bottom very quickly, heading towards death extremely quickly. And I turned around, and through working on buying my soul back, I've been able to get through that and get to a much, much, much better place. That is full of problems still, because I'm a problematic person and I still have lots of issues that I'm trying to get through. But some of the biggest core ones have been went through, passed through, and now I have an opportunity to get to better places and do even better. And I'm happy to have that opportunity. It's all thanks to the process of soul redemption. So if you'd like to start that by just making a simple wash, seeing what happens, seeing how it works for you, go ahead and make that wash. Make a wash. You can use Cash App. It's $WashItAll, or PayPal, which is @WashItAll. So @WashItAll for PayPal, $WashItAll for Cash App. Or actually with Cash App, you might just want to do cash.me/washitall, as it sounds. Okay, so yeah, people like me till I use them all the way, and I use that to get high. And all addictions always eventually spin out and spiral out. That's just how everything goes. That's how addiction works. Or else it'll just be like, no one's addicted to eating. Like, I mean, some people are. You can be addicted to anything, but addiction is like how badly you use things. It's actually okay to take from people if you do it in a sober way, and you also throw some giving in there as well. But to take and 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 not give, none of this, it just serves this vicious shame cycle that I seem to always put myself through, where I make myself ashamed of myself but don't make the changes in my life to stop being ashamed of myself and just continue this shame cycle. It doesn't serve DLA's purposes for me to be stuck in that mode. And I'm at 6 years and my contract's gonna be up pretty soon, so like it doesn't serve their purpose anymore. But I still keep doing it, still keep pressing that button, expecting another result as you know, pretty endemic of my brain damaged state. Being a legitimate business person, and I don't mean like Pain Matrix going out and like selling used Toyotas. I mean being a legitimate, just doing trade in the work, like being a real trade person would actually serve DLA's purposes, but I have so much confusion and like I don't know how that would work, and I'm not even really willing to try and see what would happen. And I would have to be fully in public and fully like out there as myself with all of my past and all of my shames and all of the wicked things I've done and all of the, you know, all of that put out there. And I have too much shame to do that at this moment. And I'm trying to move in the direction where I won't be ashamed, but it's hard for me. Not that that's an excuse. I'm just a pussy. So hopefully I can figure it out through washing belief and getting on the other side of it. I hate / love being in public, but I always insist on me being in private, whether that's being in private in my relationships, which is like for someone who's so out there, my name is very public. Like I'm Googleable. But I keep every relationship I have with anyone private so that they don't go and talk to other people about me and I don't talk. It's just, it's a mess. And then I rely on my personal relationships. I rely on that to get me the whatever as a place to get attention, and I under rely on public relationships and trade relationships where I should be getting whatever 80% of my attention, 96% of my attention is through public relationships, but I don't want to do that. I mean, I do want to do that. The smaller me that sometimes runs the show, the one that's still mired, just obsessed with demonic ways of going about things, doesn't want to do that. So I don't volunteer to be in public. I don't put myself out there in public willingly. And I have to be made to be in public. And this organization makes me go in public and talk about this stuff. Otherwise I just wouldn't. I'm just have a blank sheet of paper in front of me this whole live. It's good stuff. I didn't realize it's like the pink show today. I'm pinking it up. And I'm always getting canceled, basically. I'm never like out there. I get canceled because, I don't just own it. If I just owned being in public all the way, owned everything that I ever did or said, and knew that I would be accountable for every little thing that I ever said and did, which, believing in Yahuwah, the creator, you'd think instill a fear in me that would do that. But boy, that's how addicted I am, is that even knowing that the creator is watching at every given moment, I still just can't be a man all the way, or a lot of the way. And that's tough. That's some stuff I got to deal with. I used to swear so much. I don't know if you've watched like my old videos from 3 or 4 years ago. I was dropping F-bombs like every 3 seconds, like MF, F, to the point where I'm about to say an S word, and I'm like, wait, I've been trying in the last few years to stop cursing in public. I hope it's come through at the very least. I hope that much is apparent, that I care about that. If we're talking about any small improvements here. Losing face is a way to lose. So I lose all the time. I'm a big loser. I'm always losing sunglasses, or losing accounts, or losing, things just leave me. They get taken from me by the creator, or I can't keep custody of many things because I refuse to lose face. Now, the one thing that this organization this organization does many things, but one thing that this organization does is makes me, they can't force me because I'm willingly here, but they make me lose face when I really don't want to lose face. They make me lose face. And through losing face, I'm able to keep more things in my life that I wouldn't be able to keep otherwise. I would just lose everything. But through losing face, I am able to keep things. And that's just the way it is. Never gonna be the same. When I'm reticent to lose face in public, things just get taken away in dramatic ways, outside of my control, or by force, or whatever the heck. However it happens, it happens. So thank you for joining me for part 9. There's 3 more episodes. We're gonna have 10, 11, 12, and then we're done with this topic and on to something probably even more difficult to talk about. So thanks for rocking with me, and I'll talk to you soon.